Hey, what's going on everybody? Landon here. Welcome back to another video. Today guys, we will be doing something special, as you can see by my gorgeous face. I just gotta point that out. My beautiful face is on screen right now, so you can tell it's a vlog, and as you can tell by the title, it is a Q&A. I have not done a Q&A guys in 8 or 9 months, I think. So this is gonna be special. I'm going to try to edit it pretty well. Hopefully this turns out well, and while I'm answering questions, my goal is to try to have like the question pop up on screen, but I don't know if I'm gonna be successful in doing that. If I'm not, sorry for being a professional, but you know. And real quick before we get into the questions, thank you guys so freaking much. We've hit almost 13, we're like 12.6k. We're at 1.5k followers on Instagram. How many followers? 1k on Twitter. You guys are crazy supportive, and I love you all to the death. Like, I would take you guys to the grave with me, basically. So before I ramble on too much, let's get into the Q&A. Okay, so the first question asked was, are you good at algebra? I'm bad at it. Okay, so I could talk about algebra for a while, not because I'm good at it, not because I'm bad at it, but because there's a lot to say. Algebra, I've started algebra 7th grade, halfway through 7th grade year. I started algebra 1 halfway through 7th grade year, like I said. I had to take it again 8th grade year, not because I failed, but because I moved schools, and the school I moved to it was a charter school. It went from public school to charter school. The credits didn't switch over. So yeah, I've had some experience with algebra. The year after that, 9th grade year, I took geometry. Geometry really, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's not that hard. Math in general isn't that hard for me. I don't know how it is for you guys. I suck at art, if that makes you feel any better. But Algebra 2 came along, and I'm taking Algebra 2 right now. The first semester of Algebra 2 was horrible. Like, I sat there and I couldn't even believe what I was doing, because it was exactly like Algebra 1. I came in class and I was like, hey, I'm gonna learn the new quadratic formula. And I was like, oh wait, literally for half a year, all I knew was how to recite the quadratic formula. That's not because my teacher was bad, it's just Algebra 2 is pretty much just like Algebra 1 if you took advanced Algebra 1. So I hope that answered your question. Let's get on to the next one. Okay, so the next question is, what was the first video game you ever played? The first video game I ever played, oh my gosh. I gotta think back. I gotta think back way in the past. Okay, so the first video game I ever played, that I remember playing anyways. Okay, so there's two types of video games that I played. There's when I was a kid. There's ones that I remembered, and ones that I actually probably played and don't even remember. One of those would probably be Galaga. I think I spent a lot of time in front of the TV when I was little playing Galaga. And that was fun, but I don't really consider it a game because I was like 5 or so. The first game I started playing that I still remember right now, besides like Mario Bros, was Pokemon Diamonds. Don't quote me, but I think it was Pokemon Diamond or Pokemon Pearl. It was one of those. But I remember it was my first DS game ever. I had just gotten a DS for Easter. I was so excited to play DS. And I got on Pokemon. All my friends had played it, and I sucked at it. Like, I was the kid who didn't read anything in the Pokemon game, because I got in like 2nd grade. Honestly, hold on, wait, this is actually a pretty good story. Pokemon, not everybody can say this, but Pokemon, after I learned how to play the game correctly and talk to everybody and read what the game is actually saying, Pokemon helped me read. In 2nd grade, I had to take tutoring for reading because I was illiterate, I guess. And Pokemon actually improved my reading ability. So to answer your question, the first video game I ever played and enjoyed was Pokemon. I played all of the Pokemon games, and it was amazing. Question, is it true that cats grow from palm trees and lay mustard eggs that hatch more cats that have wings? Yes. I like Laffy Taffy said, what made you start playing Minecraft? Okay, so the Minecraft story, the thing that made me start playing Minecraft, I found out about almost as soon as it came out. It was still an alpha, and I went over to Preston's house. Of course it has to do with Preston. I went over to Preston's house and I saw that he was playing with his friend Sam online on a multiplayer server, and I was crazy in love with the game since I first saw it. It was like in alpha mode still, like I said, and it wasn't even like normal Minecraft. And I saw Preston playing it, I was freaked out. I watched him play for like 5 hours with his friends. I went home the next day and I wanted to install Minecraft so bad. I just wanted to hop on Minecraft as fast as I could. And I bought the game, I tried to download it. It turns out my laptop that I had at the time was really small. It was like a 12-inch screen. I hopped on there and I downloaded Minecraft. I was getting 4 frames a second on Minecraft. Everything low. So it kind of sucked, but I was still so happy to play. I played Minecraft for like 3 months on 4 FPS, guys. And when you say, oh my god, like in the stream, when you guys come up and you're like, whoa, Landon, how are you? Like, I get 4 frames on Minecraft. You're so lucky for having 100, 200 frames. I'm like, well, I was there once. Like, I understand the pain of having 4 FPS. It's fun having a creeper blow up and then 5 seconds later you actually die. So, I started playing Minecraft by Preston, and once I finally got a new computer, I played it forever. I'm a Minecraft OG. I guess I could say that. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Okay, so I've thought about this one before. If I could live anywhere in the world, I would probably live Washington. Washington, ever since I went up there to visit Preston, Washington has been the bomb. Like, I love the weather. I like rain. I like the rain, but I don't like being in the rain, if that's weird. But I like the sound of rain, and in Washington, every day I was up there in the spring. It might just be in the spring. Like, for 1 hour a day around 2 o'clock, it would have a drizzle. For the rest of the day, the grass would be green. Everything would be wonderful. And the best part about Washington when I was up there, and this is all for when I was up there, whoever lives in Washington watching this video, if it's not like this, I'm so, like, my apologies for making your state seem too good, but every day I was up there for a whole week, the temperature was 50 degrees to 70 degrees. And ever since I was little, since I grew up in Texas, I've hated the heat. Like, the heat, you can see out my window right now, the heat is not good. It is not, like, necessary to be, like, come on, Texas, you're not supposed to be this hot. So ever since I was little, I've always told myself, Landon, you should move somewhere where it's like 50 to 70 degrees. And I was like, okay, Landon. So when I went to Washington and I found out it was 50 to 70 degrees, I fell in love. One thing that made me fall in love a little bit more is the river right in front of Preston's house had sea otters in it. So yeah, living in a place where there are sea otters in your river, I mean, that has to be... Okay, the next question, guys, is where is one place you would like to travel to? One place I would like to travel to is Germany, or in more specific, Europe. I would love to go to Europe just because I have a lot of family. Well, not, like, I don't know anybody in my family from Europe, but I know I have a lot of lineage. I think that's the word. I have a lot of that in my family bloodline. So I would love to go to Europe, see where my family came from, more specifically Germany, of course, because I'm like 50, 40, 45% German, somewhere around there. My mom's German, my dad's German, it's, you know. So, yeah, if I could travel one place, I would definitely travel to Germany. Okay, one more thing about location. What is my favorite thing in Texas? I would say my favorite thing in Texas, or about Texas more specifically, is how big it is. I love Texas because, me being in Fort Worth, I could go 4 hours in any direction. No, not 4 hours. Except going north. No, if I'm not going north, I could go like 7 hours in any direction and pretty much still be in Texas, unless I'm going north. North is 2 hours to Sherman. But if I'm in the middle of Texas, I can travel anywhere I want for about a day, taking breaks, eating dinner, doing whatever, and I'll still be in Texas. So having Texas be so big may be a problem if you're wanting to, like, get out of it. But if you're trying to stay in it and enjoy your time, Texas is a wonderful place because of that. Another question, how tall am I? I am 5'11". I'm not officially 5'11". I've never been measured 5'11". But I'm roughly 2 inches taller than my friend who's 5'9", who was measured like a week ago. And my friend who is 5'11", I'm just as tall as. Preston says he's 5'11", probably 5'10", but I'm taller than him, so just putting that out there. So I guess I'm 5'11". How am I feeling about Ariana Grande today? 9 out of 10, I don't know. Okay, so I could go on this one about, this one for a while. My favorite YouTuber would probably be, well, no, hold on, let me back it up. Back in the day, this is the OG thing, I watched YouTube very often. Like, I watch so many people on YouTube, and now seeing how big all of them are, for example, like Captain Sparkles or Psy Syndicate. Some of you guys might know the Daisy Player Psy Syndicate. Bayesian Canadian, Preston, of course. I've watched them grow, and that's been awesome. I've watched so many YouTubers that it's so hard to pick which one's my favorite. I guess one that I come back to and watch quite often, not recently since I haven't had that much time, but one I watch quite often when I do have time is Ethos Lab. Ethos Lab, I love him to death, and like, he's definitely my favorite YouTuber. Not because he's energetic and the banter, but more on the lines because he's a chill YouTuber who just sits down and plays video games and records it. It's awesome, and how much time he puts into it, and I just love that. One thing about YouTubers that I want to point out is the Pack. I love the Pack, and I can watch any video from the Pack and like it, but they're not my favorite. Like, Etho is my favorite, but the Pack are still amazing. So like I said, I watched Mitch and Jerome back when Mitch had like 100K, back before Preston and Mitch even started talking. So I guess I should stop talking about YouTubers. Describe myself in 3 words. That's actually a really hard one. The way I describe myself, probably, if I'm not like, actually, I would describe myself as being very weird, being very loud, and being very inconsistent. And the reason why I say inconsistent is when I'm on stream, I seem really hyper for you guys. I talk really loud and I'm just all full of energy. But like when I go to school, when I wake up in the morning, who wants to be full of energy in the morning when you go to school? I am like so calm and mellow that I look upset. So many people ask me, Landon, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing's wrong with me. It's school. Tea or coffee? Tea or coffee? I'd have to say coffee, not because I don't like tea, but because coffee, I've just drank more coffee. Tea, I'm sure I would really enjoy if it had like honey in it or whatever, but I've never actually like sat down and drank tea. The only time I've actually drank tea is raspberry tea. And raspberry tea, I have to tell you, is the bomb diggity dong. Like, raspberry tea I could drink forever, well, at least how my grandma makes it. And raspberry tea would probably be the only tea I've had that competes with coffee. Would I eat a bowl of crickets for $40,000? Okay, it depends on how big a bowl you're talking. If you're talking like a small bowl, a medium bowl, probably like, I don't know, like 16 ounces of crickets, I'd eat it for $40,000, no problem. If they're dead, no, like I wouldn't even think about that. I just shove them down my mouth, be like, where's my money? But if it's like an extra large cup from McDonald's, something that I could feed a family with, of crickets that are still jumping and chirping, I'd probably ask for $41,000 instead of $40,000, just that extra $1,000 just for digestion, and you know, I want to enjoy that $40,000. But if I have to spend half of it on me being sick from eating a full extra large cup full of crickets, then no. What is my favorite game? My favorite game probably right now, I don't know. I want to say Minecraft because I played a lot, but in reality, my favorite game is probably CSGO. CSGO I have the most fun playing. Minecraft I do enjoy streaming for you guys, but I would say CSGO is more fun for me. So yeah, my favorite game is CSGO. Okay, second to the last question, am I going to any big gaming conventions this year? I actually am. This year I'm going to the GameCon, and I am so pumped for it. The GameCon is going to be amazing, out of this world, and I'm so excited for it. If you guys don't know, I'll link it down in below. The GameCon is going to be in Galveston this year, and it's hosted, for all of you who remember ArcadiaCon, they kind of split up, but the better half went to Galveston, stayed in the same location, and it's going to be this year, I think sometime in August. I'll check more, and next time we have a vlog, I'll tell you guys about it. But it's down below if you want to come see me, I guess, and buy a ticket. I would love for you guys to do that. If enough of you want to, I was offered to do like a signing panel, but I don't consider myself that big enough to do a signing panel anyways. So yeah, the GameCon is a convention I'm going to this year. Next year, hopefully in January or so, I may be going to PAX South with Preston. That would be hype because it'll only be the second year of PAX South. So I am so excited for that. The last question I saved because I have a sweet tooth going on right now. What is my favorite candy? Oh boys, my favorite candy would be the Milk Duds. Milk Duds, it's a love-hate relationship for me, but every time I go to the movie theaters, I have to hit me up some Milk Duds. Milk Duds are so good, except when you put them in your mouth and like once you take that first bite, you can't open your jaw because the Milk Duds are like gluing your mouth together. That's the only time I don't like Milk Duds. But yeah, Milk Duds are the best. My second favorite candy, I don't know, I really like taffy and licorice. That's kind of weird for me to say, but taffy and licorice are bay number 2, right behind Milk Duds. And I guess that answers your question. Milk Duds until they keep my mouth from opening. Okay, so that wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching this Q&A. Sorry if it was posted a little late, but thank you so much. I'm gonna put some editing time into this if you're seeing it now at like 9 o'clock. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe and beautiful and gorgeous day, just like all of you out there. If you did enjoy, I think I already said this, I don't know, leave a like. If you're new, subscribe. It's awesome how much support you guys have given me lately, and I love you all to death. Thank you so freaking much. Goodbye, everybody. Wink.